stop making CVs. Angama 4-page. Stop making a 4-page CV. It's not relevant anymore. Does not help you and does not help the person on the other side of the shortlisting room. It only disadvantages you.
Don't you worry, don't you cry. I can promise it gets better in time. Keep your head up, keep your shine. Hold my hand up, it gets better in time. Don't you worry, don't you cry. I can promise it gets better in time. Keep your head up, keep your shine. Hold my hand up, it gets better in time.
Wow, is it always close, ranging from a movie scene to made up people in my dreams. The last time, if I recall, was a feeling of being alone. I don't know if where I'm going isn't far, but in case I go, no need to be stressed, gotta take it home, gets there. I really miss the shade of blue. Just take it slow, I'll wait to find love, better hear the call again. For now I will feel the ocean view, and I pray that it won't be over soon. Oh my, I miss the sun. Just wait, it won't be too long till we arrive the coming day. Please ignore my restless face, 'cause it's so hard to keep it all together ever since we left. I guess it just makes sense to what the reasoning was when I said, in case I go, no need to be stressed, gotta take it home, gets there. I really miss the shade of blue. Ooh, just take it slow, I'll wait to find love, better hear the call again. For now I will feel the ocean view, and I pray that it won't be over soon.
I'm trying, Lord knows I'm trying. Rest in peace to my youth, my peace and my truth. I bleed, I bruise, I'm not bulletproof. Always said that running was something I wouldn't do, but I would walk miles to get out of these shoes. And I've been looking up, down, left, right, all around and straight back through all the pain in my life. You would never know if you looked in my eyes, 'cause I got a big smile, it's easy to hide. I'm trying, I'm trying, yeah, I'm trying, I'm fighting. Rest in peace of my youth, my peace and my truth. I bleed, I bruise, I'm not bulletproof. I find myself looking for the answers or some proof. I know I can't be strong enough to more than make it through. And I've been looking up, down, left, right, all around and straight back through all the pain in my life. You would never know if you looked in my eyes. I got a big smile, it's easy to hide. Yeah, I'm trying to find myself. I'm still fighting. I try, but nothing helps. Can't stop rewinding. Searching through my memories to find a way out. I can't find it, but I'm trying. And you know the pain keeps coming, brain keeps running, my veins are pumping insane. Can't stop it, the pain keeps coming, my brain keeps running, my veins are pumping. Can't rest in peace of my youth, my peace and my truth. I bleed, bruise, I'm not bulletproof. Always stand there running, that's something I wouldn't do, but I would walk miles to get out of these shoes.
Okay. Hi guys, so this entire vlog I didn't come and greet you or introduce the vlog. I forgot and I got caught up with work, and so I wanted to come here firstly to close the video, but it's something that I'm going to do later on. But I wanted to introduce something different to my vlogs. Now, as you know, that I'm trying to do vlogs during the week and then on Sunday do a sit down video. But then in my mind I was thinking that I don't just to try and make my vlogs interesting, because I do the same thing almost every day. Little things there and there are going to be different, and so if I'm going to vlog my life, vlog my typical day in a life of me working a 9 to 5 in government, it's gonna get boring over time, and even for me it doesn't get entertaining to film that kind of content. And so I was thinking to myself, what can I introduce to my vlogs to make them more interesting? And so I thought that maybe we can introduce some sort of career talk, work talk, so we can talk about how do I feel about going back to the office full time, what do I do for a living, what does my job entail, how did I get my job, and also we can talk about things that will also empower you, especially if you are looking for a job, you are trying to get a job maybe in government or even in the private sector, you know, things that I feel like I can share with you. So today, to kick things off, I wanted to talk about CV writing. Now, I'm not an HR expert, but I did do HR extensively in varsity. From first year till honors level, I did HR, but I never worked in HR, and so I don't know really what happens when these people are sitting there and looking at your CVs. But however, I did notice something when I was applying. Now, I started applying when I reached third year, and I wasn't getting a lot of interviews. Actually, I didn't get any interviews during the time. If I did, maybe it was one. And then honors level, I continued applying, and applying also in government, by the way, because my qualification is more so working in the state government. And so I continued applying, and then I was still not getting anything until I decided to know what, let me continue and do my master's level. And so on my last year in my master's level, I started applying crazy for internships and jobs, and still even then I was not getting interviews. However, there's something that I changed, because every time when I was applying, I wasn't just always doing the same thing over and over again, because I feel like there's also another thing that we do when we're seeking jobs, we're looking for jobs. We think that a CV that you did last year is going to serve you, is going to help you to get a job this year. If you did it last year, you need to update it, you need to change things. Even if you used it the last 6 months, there's something that has to change in your CV, either in the way that it looks, the way that you present yourself, or your work experience. Something has to have changed within those 6 months or 12 months. Normally, when you're applying in the private sector, you use a cover letter, right? And in your cover letter, you're trying to match yourself to the job. It's the same thing also when you're applying in government, because there isn't a need for a cover letter. There's just, as I said, CV, qualifications, ID, and all other relevant information, relevant document. Your work experience, when you're writing your work experience, you're not supposed to say, I know filing, I know how to compile or to write a letter. I know how to do this. No, this is what I've done. No, you take what I started doing was I would take the position, the post. I would look, okay, they want someone who knows filing. They want someone who's able to do financial statements. They want someone who's all the stuff. And then I would look at my experience, and then I would write things down that I feel like in my entire work experience, these are the things that I feel like they are relevant. If they're not relevant, these are the things that I feel like they make me, or they may separate me from the competition. And then that is the information that I would write on my work experience. So I wouldn't just take everything that I've done, or every little part of my work experience, if it's not related to the post that I'm applying for in the time. So what I'm trying to say is, what changed for me and what I think allowed me to actually move faster from that entry level to this job, it changed for me when I started changing my approach to applying. I started getting interviews, and not like a lot of interviews, but whenever I would go to an interview, I would get the job. Don't waste your time and put unnecessary information that draw away from who you are and what you're trying to tell the person. If you're applying for jobs right now, or you're looking to change your career, just take time. Like I'm gonna urge you, please take time to look at your CV. Take time to evaluate your CV. Every time when you apply, look at your CV. Don't just print out the same CV that you had before. Don't do that. Print out a CV for a specific job. So if you're applying for 5 positions, your CV can't be the same. Your CV can look the same, but it can't say the same thing. So I would say that really urge you that every time when you're applying, sit down, evaluate your CV. If you want to change things up, try something different, do that, because this is your CV. This is how you're going to sell yourself, and you want to make sure that you are putting the best foot forward out there. So your CV is basically you without you being there. And you want to make sure that whoever is on the other side receiving your CV and sitting there doing the shortlisting, when they look at it, they're already caught from the beginning. They're already understanding, oh, okay, this one can give us 1, 2, and 3. This one is equipped this way. This one checks the boxes this way. That will make it more easier for people to shortlist you. And then when you get into the interview, another thing is, when you take time to evaluate your CVs and write a CV per post, when you get shortlisted, it is so much easier to prep for that interview, because you didn't lie. You use your experience to show how you qualify. Then now what you have to do in the interview is just say it in words. Say it in front of them, so that they see whether you really are the person that wrote that CV. So for me, I found that it was easier for me to move in terms of my job when I did that. And when I start applying again, when I'm clear about where I want to go next in terms of my career, and that is the same approach that I'm going to use, with a little bit of a twist, because things always change. But I always want to make sure that when I write a CV, I make it tailor-made to the job that I'm applying for. I don't use a standard CV. I don't use a standard CV. My CV is not a Z83, so it must not look the same every time when I'm applying. Keep your CVs to 2-page, guys, please. 2-page maximum. So umuntu ngiya shortlista, and then manje there's like 4 pages, and then on the 3rd page finally I get to your work experience, and nakhona mangifika work experience yakho ngitshela ngawonke undendende of everything that you have done previously. Like, don't do that. Think of a person that is shortlisting on the other side, that this person is looking at how many CVs, maybe 10,000 or more than 10,000 CVs that they're looking at. And then when now you're coming on a CV 4-page, you are wasting that person's time, and you are making them to not even give you the time in a day. Stop making CVs on a 4-page. Stop making a 4-page CV. It's not relevant anymore. Does not help you, and does not help the person on the other side of the shortlisting room. It only disadvantages you. Make sure that you always tailor-make your CV to the job that you're applying for. So that is all that I'm going to talk about regarding CVs, because I think I can talk the whole day regarding CVs, and I'm not even an HR expert, you know. I had to pause my video because I had a call, so I'm done with that call. Anyway, I'm gonna close off this video right here because I'm blabbering too much and I have a headache, just a pounding headache, and I think the best thing that I can do for myself is just zip it. So I'm gonna wrap things up right here, have my lunch, continue with work, and then after 3 I'll be leaving and heading home. So with that being said, you guys, I hope that you enjoyed this vlog and also enjoyed our little discussion. If you like these discussions, you are all about these talks and just equipping each other, please give this video a thumbs up. I'll really appreciate it, because it will kind of give me an idea that you guys like the content. Then I can keep thinking, what else can I bring to you guys that will be valuable, that will help you based on my experience and also based on what works out here, you know. Because in the day, it's always important that we help each other, we equip each other. So bye and take good care of yourself.
It's more than a feeling.